Well, good day and I love you. I'm Heather Peterson Lockhart and I am the Chieftess. I'm going to sit here and shuffle my cards for a few minutes and wait for a few of you to join me. And then I'm going to give you a live reading on this beautiful solar eclipse at 19 degrees Gemini. This is a big deal. This is a really big deal today. How's everybody feeling? Everybody charged up? Feeling a little crazy? Feeling a little intense? The weather's intense, isn't it? Depending on where you live, we're already starting to have really intense weather patterns. And let's see what else. What else is going on? All right, that's one. So in a second, I'm going to tone us and get us all synced up and settled down. And then we will get started with this reading together as we gather our energies. So I'm going to do a reading for... Just started pouring. That's what I was starting. That's what I was listening to. This guy just opened up. You can hear it. I'm going to do a reading for the collective, and then I have a couple of different decks here to choose an oracle card for whoever would like a personal oracle reading. I have a goddess deck, and I have my native heart healing oracle deck, and I have one of my most favorite decks that I ever work with, which is my children's spirit animal, spirit totem deck. Which might sound silly, but in my work and in my living, I find that we don't play enough. And so I use these cards with kids when I do kid readings. My son uses them, and I use them with grown-ups. And I use them for myself. And they just make me feel, well, simple. And I often complicate things. So, you know what I mean? So this is a beautiful way of receiving some divine messages in a little more simplified format that's not so threatening, you know what I mean? Especially if you're just starting. So they've got like cute little pictures. I'll show you. This is the one I drew today. Isn't that so cute? You can do it. Just simple. Makes you feel like you can do it. You know what I mean? There's a reading in the book that goes with it. And they're aimed at kids. And so I like reading them, especially to that part of me. I was speaking with a man the other day. And I am in love. I am in love with what's happening with humanity today. Because I hear men talking about healing their inner child. I hear men talking about healing aspects of themselves and learning to be more gentle and kind with themselves, which is so beautiful. And you know, that's the upswing to me of a lot of this chaos on Earth today. It's my experience that when I'm really comfortable and things are really easy and really good, I don't do too much change. I mean, why would you? They're comfortable and they're easy. But when my ass is on fire and I don't know which end is up, it's my experience that I used to duck out and now I hunker down and settle in. And those are the times that allow me to cultivate the most personal growth, to tell you the truth. You know what I'm saying? Because that's when I see what I'm made of, boys and girls. That's when the shit hit the fan and everything gets to popping and you either be with it or you don't. Right? Hi, Lester. I love you. How are you today? What's going on? How you be in Canada? What's your weather like? I'm asking you 40 questions at one time. Ready? Answer now. Go. I drink stuff that's like super teeth counter staining, so I have to chase it with water. I drink that healer tea and I mix it with coffee sometimes. So it's loaded with turmeric, and it'll stain my mouth or anything else for that matter that it gets on. So I always rinse my mouth afterwards. That's why I have like the water chaser after. So, okay, I have a heart chakra bowl here. This is a Tibetan heart chakra bowl, and I'm going to play this for you right now. And so we're going to start at this point if we can and gather our energies. And guess what? All of our energy is quantum. Yes. So whether you watching right now or you watching later, you be getting in the circle together. And that's how it works. So at this point, I will consciously focus our energies together. And that is how I see things. I see us all sitting in a great big circle around a campfire, where we're all available to each other and all of our energy is focused on a centered purpose, which is sharing love and connecting. So if you would, take your left hand and put it on your heart, and take your right hand and put it on top of your left. And let us close our eyes and take a big breath in through your nose. And you can let it out your mouth with a big exhale that you can hear. Take a big breath in through your nose. And let it out through your mouth. Again, in through your nose. And out through your mouth. Feeling the heart that beats within you. Say, I love you to that beautiful system that pumps your blood and receives the messages carried through your beautiful vessel and sends messages to all that is. Say, I love you to that beautiful body that does for us all day so we can be. Say, I love you to the earth around us that hosts our life and gives us the air we breathe and the water we drink. And say, I love you to a power greater than we, whatever name you so choose. And I love you. Thank you for joining me today. And now, most importantly, in that sweet, cozy, comfy place, say, I love you to your soul. Say, I love you. And here we are. Okay, we are in a full-fledged solar eclipse, new moon aspecting Mercury. That is Cazimi, so this means that Mercury is meeting the sun. Now, Mercury is retrograde. So Mercury has toured the solar system and gathered information from all planetary bodies and is now loaded with everybody's dirty laundry and going to air it to the king. Now, the good news is nobody likes their dirty laundry aired, right? No, we like to keep that shit behind closed doors. But once it is seen by the king, once it is brought to the forefront, from the shadows to the forefront, some of these beliefs that we may have held that are not beneficial for our well-being and that around us are challenged by the light of the sun, the wisdom of a higher perspective. And so this gives us the opportunity to shake loose some things that we have either hidden, whether consciously or subconsciously, that we have been denying or suppressing, or that we have maybe been very conscious of and just really don't want to see. Now, when this happens for us, most often it comes with a degree of discomfort. Adjustments like this, especially karmic relationships, karmic occurrences, the really big shaker uppers in the world, in our lives, are, you know, what I was gonna say is they're usually big. Well, they're big because we frame them that way. If we had a different mindset that was like, whoa, this is one of those hot times where the energy gets high, I might as well just kick my shoes off and like go with the flow. And then if I get dumped on my butt or dumped on my head, well, then I won't have my shoes on, right? That'd be a really healthy perspective. That would be a really healthy, like, what is the word I'm trying to look for? It would allow for anything to happen and for us to greet it in a positive way. But that's not usually the way we do it. Usually we lose the job we lose the relationship, things change in our belief system, and that change right there signifies a crisis to us, something bad. We're like, it's bad, I lost the job, it's bad, the relationship, did whatever. I totally forgot to put do not disturb on. Okay, sorry about that. What was I saying? I might have to wind it back, just teasing. If we could read these things and we could think that they were, if we could understand that everything happens for our for our highest good, then we would be open and hospitable to change. But usually how it happens, we feel like we lost the job, we feel like the relationship is broken, and so it's got to be bad. And so we see the circumstances as happening before our eyes as negative, when everything that's happening for us is for our highest good. It's just that when energy is intense, like when we have a solar eclipse, then things happen abruptly and energy is strong. And so if we are out of alignment with our highest good, if we're in a relationship where we're not growing like we need to grow, right? But maybe it's become comfortable, or maybe even possibly worse, we don't know our value. We don't understand our own sovereign worth. And so we allow ourselves to be treated a certain way in a relationship, and we're probably not going to change it of our own accord. But the beautiful loving, all it is like, no dice, chica. No dice, chico. I'm not going to let you live like that anymore because you too pretty. You too fine. You so fine, you blow my mind. Hey, chico. I'm on fire today. Right? And thank God. So, higher power intervenes and that relationship goes belly up. Right? And here we are crying with our little human finite thinking, my relationship broke up and it's so bad. But all that is like, dun, 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 you deserve so much better. You weren't going to do it yourself. I'm helping you out. Okay? So those are these times right now. Now, at the same time, we're in an eclipse cycle where the South Node has been excreting the tail of the dragon, if you're into Vedic astrology, has been getting rid of all that no longer serves us. And so people are really shook right now. Much is being exposed in the public eye. And so the faith, some of the systems, some of the governing bodies some people might have held faith and trust in, now that faith and trust is shook. And so they're finding themselves in a new state. Their old belief doesn't work, but they don't quite have a new one yet, right? It's a really tough place to be, that in between. With Mercury going retrograde, with logic being skewed, it feels even more tumultuous and more upside down. So with this, it is my personal belief and understanding that we just got to travel to the heart, boys and girls. We got to travel to our hearts and learn to listen in a different way. Learn to heed information that is always streaming in different ways. And I think that's what this reading is going to talk to us about today. During this time, there is so much being gifted for our highest good if we are willing to clue in, and make change. That's the truth. It's never a punishment. It's never a why me. It's a yay me. It's always, no matter what it looks like, it is our duty right now, if we want to be successful, if we want to evolve, if we want to grow individually and collectively as much as we can, to decide that it's all for us, and then to figure out how we can best get in line with that. And so, I ascribe to a program of recovery, addict and alcoholic, and there is a step in my program that basically says I have to make a decision to turn my will over to something greater than me, whether I like it or not. It doesn't ask me if I want to, doesn't ask me if I like to, doesn't ask me if I think it's going to turn out favorably. It says I made a decision. That means I sit down and at some point I say, yo, I'm going to do this. Okay? Whatever. No more excuses. No matter what happens, this is what's up, right? And so we can do that at this time in our own consciousness, in our own soul. We can decide that everything happening in front of us, to us, for us is a gift for our own evolution, for our own growth. if we decide it is so and then get in line. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not foolish. I'm not saying that it means everything feels good. I have relationships and situations in my own life right now that hurt my heart. Oh my God, I can't even tell you. But that pain, if I allow it, allows me to listen to new parts of myself, to ask questions that I would not ask otherwise, to show up for myself in a different capacity that fosters my own healing. If I'm in relationships that are hurting me and I'm deciding I don't want to be treated like this anymore, then I'm allowing my own healing and personal growth where I will not foster a relationship like that again. So instead of deciding that anything is against you or anything is not beneficial, I encourage you right now, or actually I implore you. I implore you. Do you even know that word? Does anybody use that word anymore? I implore you to make a decision, to decide that it's all for your highest good, and that you're going to get in line with it, and you're going to figure out how to be the most useful, productive, happy human being in the process. Ooh, 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 what a divinely beautiful thought, isn't it? I'm going to pull cards now, so I'm going to close my eyes for a second and pull some cards for us, and we'll see what's what. My dog is sitting next to me chewing on a bone. If you can hear that. I usually put her up, but I didn't want to today. It's raining outside, and I was like, no, she's just going to chill here with us today. So there you have it. I'm doing a lot more things like that. I'm learning that I don't have to be so... I'm a Capricorn. So things have rules, right? And boxes. And I dot my I's and I cross my T's, and it has to be just like this, and blah, 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 blah. And, you know, in this great change time on Earth, I'm learning that, like, all my performance is not that great if it's at the full expense of pleasure and comfort. Oh no. So I'm trying to find balance. So my dog is here. I'm throwing things. My hand's got in the way. Okay. And then I'll pull us one of these two. Let's see here. Let's pull one of these. And a goddess. I pull the goddess cards. This beautiful deck is so pretty. I pull these in every reading, whether they are for men or for women, because my feeling is that this is the energy that we're missing. This love, the compassion, the divine feminine that's being reintegrated into humanity. This is where we are lacking as humans, and we also need the balance and the wholeness for men and for women. You hear that rain? Okay. We have, let's see, I wonder if I can, I don't know if I can flip you around on here, can I? Let's try. Ooh la la. Hold on, hold on. Ta-da! Okay. We have the Seven of Pentacles with the Hierophant right side up. The Nine of Swords. The Ten of Cups. The Ace of Pentacles and the Hanged Man. And we'll pull this one last. And then I will pull this one in a second. Alright, so what do these mean for us? What are my little... I thought I had it. There it is. Oops, there it is. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so the overall theme going on for us today is the reverse Seven of Pentacles with the Hierophant. So the theme being presented is we are challenged to come into our community and take a role on the individual level that is beneficial for the community, okay? Now that means observing enough tradition to still maintain order and appeal to the everyday person and not rock the boat too much, but still having the ability to bring forth evolution. Okay, but we don't want to be like Uranian evolutionary, like, wah, so out there that people are like, yo, she's too crazy to even listen to. The Hierophant knows how to preserve enough tradition to be beneficial when coming into the community. But with the inverted Seven of Pentacles, you know, that feels like we're impatient. It can be impatient that things aren't happening fast enough. It can feel that we're frustrated because we don't have the resources or the connections we need. And the Seven of Pentacles is like dealing with the community, and it's slow progress. But with this, if we try to go too fast, if we try to move things too quickly, then we won't be able to integrate them into the community. Not necessarily in a way that would be beneficial, okay? Because the energy presenting itself is the Nine of Swords, and that's fear. I'm going to ask for some more information on that. But this is saying that let me pull another card on that one first before I say anything else. I want to pull a clarity card on the Nine of Swords, because that's the energy presenting itself, possibly in opposition for us to work with and learn from, is fear. Go figure. So let's ask for some more information on that one. It's the Five of Swords upside down. So the energy presenting itself is fear, but not in inward fear. Inward fear. Not necessarily fear from boisterous or communication on the outside. It might look like that. It might look like fighting with people on the outside. It might look like what's going on the outside. But it's fear about the chaos within. Okay? And the way for us to best deal with that is the inverted Ten of Cups. So I'm going to ask for some clarity on that before I say anything else about that. We have the Princess of Pentacles with that. Okay? So the Princess of Pentacles, isn't she pretty? Look at her big belly. She's super fertile, right? Now, the Ten of Cups upside down, let me focus on that. Can you see that? There we go. There we go. The inverted Ten of Cups is a home that appears happy on the outside, but it's not happy on the inside. Okay? It's a lot of feeling unable to share one's joy with others. Like, it looks good on the outside, but it's not that way. It's that same internal fear. Okay? And so if we're putting that with the Princess of Pentacles, then this is saying that we need to heal the home within. Heal the home within in order to get the beautiful outcome, which is the Ace of Pentacles and the Hanged Man. Now, I love getting the Hanged Man, because to me, the Ace of Pentacles and the Hanged Man together mean that we have the ability to look back on recent sacrifices, recent maybe hard times in life, and to kind of like make a final ruling on it, and to learn that where things were beneficial and where they weren't, and then to close the door on it. Like, to not say suspend it in our thinking. It gives us the ability to close out the learning, okay? So if we've been through, tough times this last, 6 months, this last year, I mean, you could put this on your whole life, right? This gives us the ability right now to, even if we're not feeling like we have the resources we need, and even if we're not feeling like we have the connections we need, we do have the ability to go, the answer is to go within and to heal the home within, which means to heal our heart, to heal our body, to integrate our spirit with our body, okay? And we do that addressing the fears inside. This is the chaos. The Five of Swords is just straight chaos. These guys are ready to throw it down. Like, ha-ha! Right? But look at the Nine of Swords. This is an incredible card, because it's so like, let me get the glare off there. Okay, if you can see this, if you can see that woman, she looks petrified, right? She looks so scared. But if you look closer, nothing's touching her. None of these swords are touching her. Here, I'm making this so difficult. Like, I'm so technologically challenged. Hello. Okay, look. Can you see her there? Nothing's touching her. It's all in her mind. It's all in her mind that this is all there. And so you see, like, this is ready to jump off. But this is saying that if we balance the home within, the heart within, then we'll be able to address these fears. Okay? We can quiet the chaos inside. And we can decide that the things that are happening, and we can decide. It's just like I was saying. We can decide. We can make a decision. No longer staying suspended. In the, are things going to turn to normal? Are they going to go back? Is this good? Is this bad? We can make a conscious decision that it's a new time. The Ace of Pentacles is a brand new start. Okay? A brand new start for a firm and sturdy foundation that will be prosperous. This is assured. This is the beginnings of making something new, of creating with our hands, all right? Generation and not in our, it's no longer in our minds, it's no longer in our thought space. This is the ability to do it because we've decided that the learning is done. All right, and we're going to remember, like I said, made a conscious decision. We're gonna build. We're gonna grow now. All right, so this is the start to something that's assured. The generative energy. This is the beginnings of all of that. And then I haven't even turned this card over. I draw a card for what energy should we embody, and it's the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is the card that says the universe has our back. This is actually probably my favorite card in the deck, and for some reason it makes me want to cry right now. I don't know why. I love this card because you see this beautiful Viking goddess is pregnant. She's with child, okay? And she is okay. You can see that, like, she's got her sword. She's chill. She's got sturdy men behind her and a boats loaded with supplies and community, and the ships are coming in, and everything is well. Her child is going to be well, okay? So I drew one more card, and this is Mama Kila. The number is 32, and 3 and 2 make 5, and 5 is change. This card represents the moon, and it's right side up. So let me read you the message for her today. And then I'll process it all together for you. And then if anyone would like a card pulled, I would love to pull a card for you. This says, Mama Kila, the Incan goddess of the moon, presides over the power of cycles and seasons. The moon rules the night sky, returning full 13 times in a year. The ancients marked time by the moon to know when to plant, when to harvest, when to store food, and when to celebrate fertility. Right now, you are invited to see what is familiar and decide whether you need to improve on it or leave things as they are. The answer to your inquiry can be found in the timing of things and the cycle you're in. You can apply the idea of natural cycles to relationships, creative projects, personal growth, and more. If you are honest with yourself, you will see that there is no way to control these cycles, only to use the creative energy they offer to help you. If your relationship is unclear yet brimming with potential, you might turn to the new moon energy that shows up in the spring cycle of life. In that case, you just need to allow the relationship to grow naturally and be clear in your intentions. When your outer world seems to be slowing down, with obstacles rising up and temporarily blocking your every move, do not put up a resistance. Instead, take advantage of the need to rest and recalibrate your intentions as you wait for the cycle to change. No matter what, like the cycles of the moon, there is divine order in everything that is happening in your life right now. Once you know this, the goddess Mama Kila welcomes you to her divine moon dance of co-creation. So, all this put together is saying we have the ability to grow ourselves and grow in our community, even though we might not feel like that. We might not feel like we're connected right now. We might not feel like we have what we need. We might not feel like we have what we want, but that's the crap going on in our head. That's the fears going on in our head. That's the chaos within. And if we can decide to take the time, she is the Princess of Pentacles. Okay? She's like real life foundation. This is not in your head. She makes it happen. She's bringing forth life. She is connecting, and she's like a fountain of fecundity. She is giving, she is nurture, she is resources, and she is giving them to the home. If we can give them to the home, meaning give them to self, and give them to our own heart, and provide our own balance, and create our own calm, deciding that everything that's happened is for us, and we can release the suspension of worrying how it's all going to turn out, because we've made a conscious decision that the universe loves us, that we are protected and guided, and we have all that we need and all that we desire in any given second, right? Then we have the ability to create the new foundation, the new earth, the new soul, the new growth, the new balance, the new health, the new happiness, the new whatever. This is it. This is, we can do it all, right? We can create it all, and we can see it grow, and it's assured. And this is telling us to trust the cycles, and to listen, and to connect within, and to trust that all these things are happening. And then the fact that it's a 5 is telling us that all this change, oops, I got hooked, is right on time from the divine. And then our universe card is, my happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. Look at that. With an eclipse. I don't know if it is, but we can say it is. Isn't that lovely? How lovely is that? Thank you for letting me read for you all. Let's see here. I'm not going to pull any other cards for this, but if anybody would like for me to pull a card for them, I would love to pull a card for you. Let me also tell you guys that I have free shipping on all of my products for, I think, at least 2 more weeks. We're going to leave it up for 2 more weeks. So if you want to try any of my personal care products, which I don't have anything in front of me. Party foul! You can go to my website at www.chieftessliving.com, and you can purchase any of the products off the website, and you get free shipping right now. Like I said, I think we're going to do it for 2 more weeks. And then I am running a special, a super special on chakra cleansing, chakra cleanings. So this is for online, this is an online service and an in-person service, and I'm offering this for $50. So if you guys want to get some balance, some energetic balance, if you're not familiar with your chakras, we have this beautiful energetic system inside, often referred to as the chakra system. And to make it really simple, we've got these little like flowers inside us. They're called, the word chakra means wheel in Sanskrit. They're like these little wheels that turn, and they flower energy. They circulate energy through your body. And when they're working right, like little pinwheels in a yard, right? And when they're working right, the energy comes in and goes out, and it all flows, and everything is magical, and your organs are well, and your personal development is well, and your spiritual development is right on time, and everything is good. But then there's the human condition. If we're hosting thoughts, if we have beliefs about ourselves or the world around us that are not beneficial, that get in the way of our happy life, right? Then eventually, or if we have behaviors, all that stuff, then eventually that stuff is going to create an energetic imbalance, and it's going to create an energetic block and some energetic dis-ease and discomfort, often called anxiety, depression, denial, yes, all of that thing, yes. And then, left untended, it will become physical disease in the body. And that's what will happen. And so then you'll have a problem in your physical body that you'll be able to look at and talk about. Yes. But that's not the end of it either. I mean, that's okay. All that does is give us a place to go looking and to get rid of it. So, meaning that, like, if you're presenting with physical disease right now, I was going to say good, but that might be taken the wrong way. I was just going to say it's not the end of the world. Like, in a way, it's great, because if you have gotten to a point where your body has become so fed up with your way of living or existing, that you're not living, that it's like, forget it, I reject, I rebel, rah! I'm going to grow a tumor, or I'm going to stop working, I'm going to say screw you, I'm going to get fat, I'm going to do whatever, because I'm tired of you, then your body is beautiful. And that disease is beautiful because you ain't living in your alignment. But you can. As soon as you start paying attention to what's going on in your body and removing the junk that's coming in and putting more better beneficial stuff in, your body will balance and you will heal. Yes. So we clean out your chakras to clean out that energy and to start that process. We clean out those little beautiful flowers so that they can circulate like they're supposed to and bring in and kick out what they're supposed to. And your body can start working. Each chakra corresponds to certain organs and certain personal development, spiritual growth. What else? Relations, all of that. Each one has its own job, right? And so if they're not working right, you're going to be massively affected with that one chakra, either, imbalance or deficiency. But then that one will affect the others too, So, the chakra cleaning is a 60-minute service. Like I said, it's online or in person. And we can do it on Skype or we can do it in person. And basically, we're going to chat for a little bit. And then you're just going to lay still. And I'm going to talk to you and give you a little meditation. And we will help clean out your innards so that you feel better instantly and begin healing instantly and start noticing quicker than you can imagine that things begin healing and things begin changing in front of your very eyes as soon as you give them permission. Hallelujah. That's how it works. I get really excited. It is really, really, really a beautiful thing to be able to set ourselves free and watch the body heal. You feel me? Okay, let me see here. Let me put this here. And I'm going to move this out of my way first. What is that? Muppet Show tonight, right? Is that the Muppet theme? Where'd that come from? Crazy. I feel like I need background music. All right, I'm going to draw a card for... Oh, wow. I'm drawing a card for who's on here right now. A couple of you, because I can see your names, even though you didn't ask me. Because that's how I roll. All right. Lester, lovely, you got Kestia. Only she is upside down. And her number is 2 and 1, which makes 3. Catalyst for change. Yes. This says, are you surrounded by clutter in your home or work? Do you have objects or clothes that have negative stories attached to them? Every object holds energy and tells a specific story. The pants that don't fit shame you. The gift from an ex-partner taunts you from disappointment or resentment. The books you will never read shout at you. Who needs this cacophony? I love that word. The goddess Hestia, who rules the hearth, offers you this alignment task. Do a thorough house cleaning. Declutter and make space in your environment. Do the same for your mind too. Your mind might be cluttered with old stories that have no value for you now. Walk away from situations you don't belong in. Get rid of all of it. When you remove the superfluous distractions, it's amazing how your intentions come together like magic. Make space for the miracles the goddess Hestia has in store for you. Yes, it takes work, but it's worth it. Let me tell you that is right along with the reading we just read. I mean, if you had to pick a goddess card to sum up what we just said about decluttering, I mean, sweet Jesus, seriously, decluttering your mind and healing the home and the heart, right? Can I have an amen? I think we call that synchronicity, boys and girls. You can tell me later if it resonated. I ain't gonna call you out right now, all right? Okay. Who's up next, boys and girls? I was going to say, felt like it was going to fall. Charlie, you drew number 9. I don't know how to say her name. I'm going to go with Caradwin. We going to fake it. All right? Number 9 is the completion of a cycle. So this means the learning is done. You're about ready to close it out and be done and move on to something new. You are a child of infinite potential, and the Celtic goddess Caradwin is here to remind you of the power that resides in the womb of your heart and the chalice of your mind. I love that sentence. Everything you need is coming together right now, as if your life's reflection were shining brightly in a gold liquid, and Caradwin's magic. Let me start that sentence over. Okay. Everything you need is coming together right now, as if your life's reflection were shining brightly in a golden liquid in Caradwin's magical transformative cauldron. Imagine greatness and there will be greatness. Envision peace and there will be peace. Choose love, gratitude, choose faith in the divine magic that flows through you. These are the only ingredients needed for the goddess Caradwin to work her transformational magic on your behalf. Choose. Regardless of the limitations imposed on your world by fate, boom, culture and conditioning, your true destiny is coalescing on your behalf. I apologize. Apparently Do Not Disturb only works when it wants to. My bad. Regardless of the limitations imposed on your world by fate, culture, and conditioning, your true destiny is coalescing on your behalf. You can be anything you imagine. Remember this. Dream and trust that everything you need exists to make that dream a reality. This is the promise of the goddess Caradwin. I love that. These are all right in line with this reading. Give yourself permission. The universe got your back, baby. Yes. Tell me if it resonates in the comments. All right. Who's next? Whose name am I going to see? That was Charlie. Okay, Bill, you're up. How much fun we having now? Airing everybody's dirty laundry, just like Mercury and the King. I have the most love for those who are close to me, seriously. Because the way my life is, you know, I air all my personal business. And so, because that's just the way I am. Because you got to put skin on things, man. Words don't teach, but lessons do, right? So, I let people in on my personal crap. Which means I have to talk about the people around me. So, I always feel like I got so much love for those that are close to me. Okay, you got Athena. Knowledge, number 5. 5 is change. Isn't she pretty? With an owl, divine wisdom, feminine wisdom. Woo! Whoop! My voice is echoing off my bowl, and I'm playing. Athena, the Greek goddess of intellect and strategy, says knowledge is power, and you are in a perfect position to gain greater clarity at this time. Your hard work is paying off, and everything you have learned about life has brought you to this moment in time. Your knowledge, logical choices, and intentions are aligned with divine will. Your intellect is keen and your mind is clear. You know what you have to do. Right now, the world is making sense. You don't have to question or debate it. You can take things at face value. If you think it adds up, that's because it does. Have courage, my love. Your most precious dreams are within reach. The goddess Athena will help. Tell me if it resonates. Yes. I'm pull 2 more, unless anybody hollers at me, and then I'll get off here. I'll get better at this like whole interactive thing. I think before too long though we're gonna change platforms, so we'll see. I don't know. I keep learning as I go, right? Carvin, this one's for you. Bridget, Creative spark. Number 8. Manifestation. Ooh la la. She looks so earthy. Get creative. I love it. Are you coloring? I believe you should color. Yes, I'm serious. By the way, all you other grown men on here, if you're not coloring, you need to get yourself a coloring book and spend some time coloring each week. I'm going to put money on the fact that your sacral chakra needs love. And that's one of the ways to start giving it. I know it sounds crazy, but it ain't. Anywho, here we go. Inspiration and imagination are yours to play with right now. You effortlessly connect to your inner creative spark and make meaningful and beautiful experiences for yourself and others. Take advantage of this fruitful time. When you are so in tune, it's like taking a magical trip to the land of the fairy. With all that glitters really is gold, and your life seems like a grand artistic gesture. The fairy Celtic goddess of creativity calls you to play in her artistry of your life, your work, and your loves. Bridget is whispering her sparkling music deep in your soul. Are you listening? That's what intuitively came to me when I drew this card for you, Carvin. Are you coloring? I know it sounds silly. I host parties. Those of you that follow me on here have seen the photos. You know this. We have grown-ups over. I host dinner, and then we color afterwards. And it's really, I'll tell you, it was a trip because one of the last ones I did, we had a guy, it was, he was new, he hadn't done it before, and there was other men who had, right? So we're cleaning up dinner, and I grab my glass, and I'm like, hey, I'm going to go to the tables, I'm ready to color. And so I go in there, and the other men are like, ooh, is it time to color? And I'm like, yes! And we're all like, yay! And we're getting our drinks, and we're moving in there. So the new guy's like, you guys color? And we're like, yeah! And I think we're probably so about it that he's just like, whatever. So he sits down to color. He's coloring like this. 15 minutes into the coloring, he's got his arm on the table, and he's like, this is cool, Heather. Thanks for having me. 45 minutes into the coloring, his head is on the table, and he's like this. He's like, dude, Heather, thank you. And he's having so much fun. And the rest of us are right there too. It is a beautiful way to tap a different part of your brain and to bring the non-wordy part of you forward and let you play. And it's really calming, and it makes you feel really good. So put some fun music on. My suggestion actually would be to put some Vivaldi or Mozart music on in the background and color. How's that for an assignment from the white lady with dreadlocks? Yes. Julian, I'm going to draw a card for you. Soak that up. Let me know if you're digging what I'm putting down. I bet there's a rainbow out now. I'm going to go find it as soon as we're finished. Whoop! Julian, you drew Hakati, the in-between. She's upside down, so we have an alignment message. The number is 1 and 9. 9 and 1 making 10. 10 completion. So we are finishing a cycle. We are done. All right. And she says to you, there are times when you find yourself stuck between worlds, unable to go back to the way things were and afraid to move forward without knowing what you're facing. The indecision can be crippling, but you can't stay here forever in the in-between. The goddess Hecate offers you a sacred alignment task. Make a move. It doesn't matter if you stumble or fall. After all, you can always course correct. Bring love, make a move, make a decision. Bring love to the part of you that is afraid and that has lost faith. Remember, you are not alone, as the goddess Hecate will not abandon you in the dark, and nor will you remain there for long. Consider as you move forward through life the sacred challenge of trusting the magic this world and your part in. Consider as you move forward through life the sacred challenge of trusting the magic that makes this world and your part in it sing with meaning. Don't be afraid to step out into the dark. The goddess Hecate will raise her torch and show you the way out. All right. How's that going? Oh, you know what? I have two I'm supposed to draw. I'm supposed to draw. I almost forgot. Oh my goodness. And shuffle again. And I will pull these two and read these because they reached out to me prior. Yeah, in the future when I do these, if if you hit me up, I can pull a card for you. Even if you can't be here during the reading, and then you can watch it later. So this one is for Andrea. She has Iris number 22 right side up with communication. That's beautiful with Mercury right now. And chatting with the sun, right? So your solar eclipse goddess says, clarity and communication is called for, as your words will have great impact on others right now. It's a wonderful time to start writing that book, telling new stories, and sharing your experience, strength, and hope with others. You have everyone's ear, so choose your message wisely. Others will also desire positive and fruitful communication with you, so get ready for some amazing new opportunities to come from these discussions. Just remember to stay open and be clear about expressing your deepest desires, always speaking with integrity, kindness, and respect for yourself and others. The Greek messenger goddess Iris is thrilled to help your words take flight. Communication improves in all your relations when she comes to visit. Most important, however, Iris reminds you of the communication you have with the universe. You are in mutual dialogue, and now is the time to pay attention to the signs and omens in your life. Trust this important yet subtle communication. It will never lead you astray when you listen and act accordingly. That's the other thing I was thinking when I saw these. When I see these together, I don't think this is bad. To me, this is like, get with your higher power. You know, if you feel cut off, that's not always a bad deal. When you feel cut off with things around you, you know, that can be because the messages from the divine are about to scream louder to you, you know, or they can rather. And then this card is for my lovely friend, Denise. And we are sending her and her family much love right now. Okay, we have number 6, which is all about balance. Here she is. She was right side up. Her name is Benzai Tin. And it says, you are your most lovely when you're being yourself. The Japanese goddess of beauty, Benzai Ten, reminds you that knowing, accepting, and honoring yourself as a spiritual being and a physical body requires self-care. Now is the time to support yourself by surrounding yourself with beauty and choosing to see its power in every aspect of your life. If you can commit to doing that, you will be amazed at how much more beauty arises to greet you. Open your eyes to the wonder everywhere. Even at the most unexpected places, beauty wants to be discovered. Consider this before you turn away from a person, place, or thing. Beauty is everywhere. It's your time to find it, and the goddess Benzai Ten will help you. Pretty, pretty. Okay. All right. Unless anybody else would like a card from me to pull, or would like to pull a card from me, I am going to get off of here. And thank you for letting me read for you. And if you are interested in any of my services personally, you can go to my website at www.chieftessliving.com. And again, chakra cleanings are on sale online and in person for $50. So you can go and check those out for a limited time. I'll take as many as I can this month. So sign up. That's a great way to have quick access to my services and an immediate feel better. So I'm really excited to offer that. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I love each and every one of you, truly, truly. And remember that my happiness is a direct reflection of the faith I have in the universe. And if I make a decision, a conscious decision, that all is well, no matter what it looks like, because I'm making myself feel calm and safe and happy and healthy, not paying too much attention to that crazy chaos in my head, yes, then I can come into my community knowing that the universe has my back, trusting the cycles of the moon. I don't have that card out anymore. And be happy. And trust it all as well. Really. I mean, almost every single card that we pulled here said something about making a decision to see things, to speak things, to take action, to decide that things are well. So I think there's a pretty concise, synchronistic, big message here for us. So decide to see it the way you would choose it. Not necessarily what's in front of your face. Decide to see the beauty in absolutely everything. Decide to be the beauty everywhere you go, and you will be met with all that you could possibly desire. I love you so much. Thanks for joining me.